It's time to dad.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Time to Dad. We are all back. Excuse my absence. Life happens. I got kids. Welcome to another one. Let's try and have fun here. So, boys, gentlemen, men, guys, fellows, I ran out of things. What are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about how many names you could call a guy. That's I think.
Well, my favorite thing to call a guy or a girl is dude, like flat out dude. Like I don't know if you guys remember the movie Good Burger, where there's a little song where it goes, yes. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, because we're all dudes. You know what I mean?
Good Burger. I haven't seen that forever.
Fantastic film. I just saw it, and my kid. Oh my God, what's happening?
Oh, you're
sorry.
Fucking with your phone.
My phone. I need a battery.
It's fixed.
And going back, I was watching Good Burger. My son and my daughter kept coming in and out of the bedroom, and they got so I don't know what their deal was, but they're just staring at this movie. They don't understand what they're saying. They don't know what's happening, but it was entertaining enough for them to stop what they're doing with their craziness and just stare and watch with me. And to me, it's super nostalgic, and they're just passing by, but they're still finding it interesting. That was pretty cool.
There you go. That's a good dad lesson. Can't calm the kids down. Get Good Burger movie on.
Dude, that's a great movie.
I was gonna say those names you gave us are a lot nicer than the ones I typically hear. So
from me.
Yeah, when you're like, dude, men, gentlemen. That's not what I hear.
Well, you need to get better friends.
Asshole, jerk face.
Ass face. That one work? That's what me and my college buddies, we call my brother Ass Face.
Nice.
That's so you put those ones together.
My son's going through this weird phase. I don't know if we were watching something or what, but he's instead of saying someone's when he was using his imagination playing with stuff, it would usually be mom and dad, and now it's husband and wife. And we're like, what? What? Where'd you get that from? And he's like, I don't know, the wife. And we're like, all right, whatever, man. You do you, buddy. And I'm not. He doesn't call me daddy anymore. He's recently transitioned to dad and mom.
Oh,
so that's interesting.
My biggest fear in life is having one of my kids call me by my name.
No.
I feel like I'll feel like a failure if that ever happens.
No,
dude, this backhand will smack my baby so hard if they call me by my first name. Jokes.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna have to edit that out now.
Yeah.
Leave it in. It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
GPS is already at the door.
Oh my God! You want to hear what's heartbreaking? My son, fully capable of saying dad, dada, papa, fully capable. Somehow or another, over the last month, started calling me mom and mama. I am no longer dad. I am no longer papa, dad, nothing. I am mom or mama. Heartbreaking.
Nice.
Hey, you never know.
I got demoted or promoted. I don't know.
Yeah, I would go with the promotion. I'd go with the promotion.
Yeah, let's do promotion.
Yeah, we were just away. We were away for a week with the family, and my nieces and nephews. They're all, because there's a bunch of us. There's 20 of us. We rent a house every year, and we all get together. And going around the house, everybody's like, Uncle Joe, Uncle Joe, Uncle Joe. So then my son starts coming up, and he's calling me Uncle Joe. Yeah, and then he's like, Dad, Uncle Joe, Dad, Uncle Joe. Yeah, he's calling me both because he didn't know what to do. And then we did what Alex. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
But it stopped it real quick. Yeah. So,
just realized I still had my loud ass fan on.
Just jokes, people. Just jokes.
Sorry about
that. Yes. We do not beat our children. We are very, pro not beating children here on Time to Dad.
Was it corporal punishment? Capital? Is it corporal punishment? Yeah, we don't do that. We don't.
Capital punishment would be killing.
Yeah, corporal punishment. Yeah, we don't do that. Or the other.
We don't do any killing here.
That's
I'm gonna have to
That's
put a
it.
disclaimer in the
It's just
video.
straight
They're gonna
punishment.
flag it. Too much,
Might want to.
Yeah.
too much violence in
Might
your
want to
dad
X that part
podcast.
out, bud. Give me a sec. I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab my battery charger real quick.
Okay,
all right.
we need some
Camera.
waiting music.
That's it. As long as the
This is
camera's
this
getting
about-
stuff.
Yeah. No,
But
it's staying. Oh, he said he's back. How's he talking? Magic.
that's those special camera glasses.
Oh yeah,
wanna
my
see what I
glasses.
took.
I forgot you guys.
Yeah, you could have kept talking the whole time. It was just,
Oh yeah.
just
Whoops.
yeah.
I didn't want to mute it because I think last time Nick said that it caused an issue with my video, so I was like, I'm not gonna mute my glasses.
Okay.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever heard anybody say that phrase before. I'm not going to mute
Well,
my glasses.
adjustable
That's a completely new one to
You
me.
know, in the
It's the
21st
fucking
century,
future, dude.
Yeah.
They got little cameras on the edges. The mic is like underneath the Ray-Ban symbol, and I got little speakers right behind or above my ear,
Huh.
so I can listen to music in
Wait,
a
are they
grocery store without
Are they
interrupting anybody.
prescription or just like reader?
Yeah, they're prescription.
Oh,
they're
shit.
prescription.
Nice.
We should make like a Back to the Future episode and just like have all weird shit like that. Like
Yeah.
Or,
when you say
How
those
about-
cameras, yeah, like,
you know what we should
where
do?
does that hook up?
Sorry, Luke, go ahead.
When you say cameras, where do the cameras hook up to? Like,
They're
hook up
in
to your
the
phone
corner.
or-
They're in the corner of the both sides. So there's two little cameras, and it makes like a actually decent picture.
And it records, or
Yeah, you can record. It's like it's through the Ray-Ban app, and it's like either 30 seconds or 60 seconds at a time. But you can just click the top. There's a little button, and it starts the camera. And there's a light that turns on the corner. There's a light that's also on the inside. It's
Wow.
neat, dude.
It's like
Neat.
GoPro, but on your glasses.
Yeah.
Wasn't
That's
Google
awesome.
supposed to come out with something similar, but it would like translate shit? So if you're like walking through Japan and you don't know Japanese, it was
Yeah.
supposed to like translate street signs and shit.
You can just do that through the Google Translate.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
you gotta
if
read
you
it.
turn on the camera.
You gotta read it, or on the camera you can.
So you use your phone. You turn on the Google Translate app. You click on the camera symbol,
Oh.
and then you just put translate Japanese to English, Chinese to English,
I
whatever.
thought it
to
only did
English.
like spoken word.
No. Maybe, but you can just click over writing, and it'll translate it or the best possible translation to whatever language you want.
Huh.
It worked fantastic when we were in Japan. It was sweet.
That's cool. That is cool.
It's like,
Technology.
what are all
man.
these symbols? What are all these symbols on the menu? How am I going to know what to order? What kind of soup? Grab your phone, just hover it over the picture of the writing, and boom, instant translation.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
why I don't think I could visit an Asian country. I'm too scared of what I might that I don't.
Oh, it's
know and
awesome.
eat.
Dude, that's all I want to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a very adventurous eater. I stick to like my go-tos,
Yeah.
and
Dude,
I don't venture very far out unless I'm forced to.
I would be
Yeah.
your best, worst friend because I would make you try new stuff.
Yeah. I
was that same
have
way.
to try everything.
I'm such a
Yep.
texture eater, man. If I
Uh-huh.
get something like squishy in my mouth that I don't like, I'll just gag read. Start trying to throw up my dinner.
Have you-
I'm such a little kid. Like I get told like we my company does lunch once a week for us, and our office manager or our marketing woman, one of them will usually pick something, and every now and again they'll pick something outside of my comfort zone, and I'm like forced to pick it. But if they order like Panera sandwiches, I just get like a sandwich with absolutely nothing on it, and they're like, "You're such a little kid. Like that's not adult food."
Do you go to restaurants and order chicken tenders and
No.
fries?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll eat like steaks. I'll eat steaks and stuff.
Yes.
My diet is very oriented around like the textures of food. So I don't like I won't eat the fat on a steak unless it's like the almost like liquefied fat.
part.
Like I don't want to be
That's part.
chewing on it for 5 damn minutes. Like that type of texture just bothers the hell out of me.
Now, are your kids like that though? Yeah.
Emerson, our daughter will eat anything. She's like a human garbage disposal. But Emerson,
She's a teenager.
yeah, Emerson started out not very picky, and he'd like try just about anything. But he's slowly like getting to where it's like all he wants all damn week for dinner is chicken nuggets, nothing else. So
Yeah, we got corn dogs, chicken
Yeah,
nuggets, and hot
exactly.
dogs, man.
yeah, if it doesn't
Have
come
you
like
ever seen
breaded
him?
in the oven, he doesn't want.
I just saw something because you were just talking about Asian foods, and you just mentioned corn dogs. You ever seen what an Asian corn dog or
The
Korean
Korean
corn
corn
dog?
dogs.
Korean corn dogs. That's what it was.
What's that?
I just saw a video. It is like they do like these special corn dogs. Like one was like dipped in like Cheetos and Dorito crumbs and stuff, and then another one was like this crazy potato and this something. You gotta YouTube it or Google it or TikTok
I've
it,
had-
whatever.
I've
these
had
days.
them. They're
How good are they?
fantastic.
That sounds like some
So,
shit you
you-
make at 3 a.m. with like your drunk roommate.
Yeah.
Like none of you have
That's
anything to
how
make
it
a real
started.
meal, so you just start
You know-
smashing shit together.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. It's actually really good. It is the what you're describing is what I like to call a stoner food. So stuff that only seems good to like a stoner guy, but somehow or another you give it a try. You're like, hey man, you might be onto something here, buddy.
yeah.
They, we
Yeah.
were talking about at work yesterday. There's a restaurant near here that does Philly cheesesteak egg roll.
Oh wow.
I thought
That
that sounded
sounds good.
pretty bang, right? And apparently it comes with like a beer cheese dip that you dip it in. I was like, I can get on board with that.
We got another episode. I gotta go eat afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I'm so ready to go. I could just be talking about egg rolls for a while
Egg
now, just because I
rolls.
love egg rolls.
Yeah.
I could have a dinner just out of egg rolls.
That's
Dude.
funny. Egg rolls and
There
pot
was
stickers.
a place. My buddy went to college and he went to Scranton in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and they had these food trucks at the end of the night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a food truck, and it was just they had these sandwiches, and one it was called the Fat Bitch, the Fat Bastard, and something, and it was like chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, French fries, and marinara sauce on a hero.
Hold on, say
You know, or
mozzarella
something like
sticks
that. It
again.
was- What's that?
Say mozzarella sticks again.
Mozzarella sticks?
Oh, you-
Oh, you said it different the first time. You said
You
Yeah.
said
you
it
said it
super
like
New Yorker. Say it
I was
again.
waiting
Say
for
it
you to
again.
do a
Yeah.
hand gesture.
Yeah.
Mozzarella. That's funny.
Well, then you got me on there, so it wasn't recorded the first time. But
Nice.
mozzarella sticks,
Yeah.
mozzarella. Yeah, they put those on there. That was it's like my wife, Nick. She always gets me every time I pronounce something like that.
You're good, dude.
That's
It's like
great.
calamari, you know? Calamari.
I like hearing shit with an authentic pronunciation, not the like
Yep.
Americanized bastard version.
Like ricotta.
Yeah.
mean,
Wait, is there another way to pronounce that? Oh,
Ricotta.
ricotta. Yeah.
Wait, you say more like a G sound?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So growing up, if someone said ricotta, you're like, what? You know,
Wait.
our films. What the hell is that?
Say one of the fancy Parmesan names, like the long name, not just Parmesan, but like Parmesan something. There's a specific
Parmesan?
type of Parmesan.
I-
They're like
I'm
I
so
don't know.
confused.
a red.
Can you
A red.
Google
I'll look it up. It's like it's like a specific type of Parmesan, or it's like where it's from
Spell
that they throw.
spell
on
it
there.
out in the chat, and then maybe I'll say it.
I have to look it up because I can't even say it right. That's
Huh.
funny. That was well. We're
Now you
off
have
to
me
a
questioning
great start
myself
on the
and all my-
tangents, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we're going in deep, bud.
Who,
We can go
who-
anywhere we want.
who
Well,
has something else food interesting then?
I had udon noodles with fried chicken for lunch / breakfast because I woke up really late.
Nice. I made.
that sounds good.
We did homemade ramen tonight. Some recipe.
Nice.
My wife found it's a stupid easy recipe. My wife found it on Pinterest, and it's like the only seasoning in it is soy, brown sugar, and Cajun seasoning. And I don't know what
Oh,
it
wow.
is about that combo, but that and beef broth and noodles and veggies and steak, and it's freaking amazing.
So you didn't make the noodles like from scratch.
Like hand make the noodle? No, hell no.
Yeah.
I bought they have these really good, it's not quite like ramen. I think they're called Korean egg noodles. And it's like the size and thickness and shape of kind of like a linguine, but it's some sort of Korean egg noodle, and it
Right.
comes in a little puck, and we use those for the noodles. But it's pretty good. It takes like 20 minutes to make, and for whatever reason, our son loves
That's how it is with my younger son, who's a teenager still, but he got into ramen and started wanting to do different variations of it. And I found, man, it's a great meal to make just because you can, like, we do ramen with hard boiled eggs and chicken. You can pre-make all of those stuff, and then the ramen is like 5 minutes on the stove,
Yeah.
and you just slice up some hard boiled eggs, slice up the chicken, throw that in there. So it's a super crazy easy meal.
Are we talking,
And then you get
we talking the
you
same
get
ramen?
you get
2
some
minutes.
seaweed with it.
There you
Whoa,
go.
none of that.
Luke, you're thinking of like the ramen noodle, the cup of noodle.
Yeah, you're
that you
thinking of
get
the
from-
shit like in a
I'm-
package.
Not the cup of noodles. Huh? No, yeah, the shit in the packet. Like
Same thing, yeah.
throw it in the water for like 2 minutes.
We do both. We do like the really cheap little ones, like when when you're like broke, you have that little
10 cents
package
a
of ramen
pack.
for like 30 cents,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you can do that. Or
No,
there's
that's
like I get
premium one though. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
at least $2 a thing. We're talking ramen where
Yeah.
you can get a box of 30 for like $4.
Yeah.
No,
it's
I'm fancy.
it's like fresh ingredient. You can throw. I don't think there's anything that you're like you can't put in it. I mean, we usually do
Yeah.
like broccoli, shaved
Yeah.
carrots, and like green onion, and then whatever protein you want. But yeah, it's like Chris said. If you prep all the protein and the veggies, it takes 5 minutes to do the noodles on a stovetop, and then you just mix it with some broth, and there you go. Yeah.
So what are some quick, famous dishes in your household that you guys do for the kids?
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys have any certain like a go-to, like you just said there, Chris, like you have it pre-made and then like 5 minutes, like so like like one or two like go-to things that you've done with the kids, and then look, I gotta get there. Is it would you have the same in South Africa than you had here, or is that like
Ours are called 2-minute noodles, and they literally take 2 minutes to cook.
okay?
And then as a bachelor, we just slice up Vienna's, grate some cheese, mix it all up, and
What's the main?
that's
Is it
golden.
like is rice bigger in Africa than like noodles, or is it the other way around?
We have pop. It's
I
called.
don't know what that is.
So it's like mini meal. It's
It's like a grain.
Amazing stuff. Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's a powder you mix in water and becomes like almost like a really thick mashed
Oh,
potato
okay.
kind of
Okay.
vibe.
Okay.
But it's freaking.
And what is it called?
Pop.
Like
PAP.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't.
But you eat it and you put it in 2
Yeah.
pounds right away.
It sounds heavy.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Sounds like biscuits and grits.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, boerewors and pap. And boerewors is like South African sausage,
Oh, okay.
basically. Boerewors and pap with fried onions, tomato and onion gravy. See, you're going to have to go eat after this.
I mean, we've got probably our well, it's not easy, but our go-to that he really likes is like a taco pasta casserole, and all it is hamburger, taco seasoning, like just like you'd make if you're making tacos, like same quantities and everything, and then you mix it with what's that spiral pasta? Not
You're
caviar.
trying to get me to say a word.
No, I can't think of it. But it's the spiral kind of ribbony pasta, and so you mix that.
Rigatoni.
Yeah, no, rigatoni is the like thicker one, I think. I don't know which one, but any kind of pasta you want, really. So you mix the meat, you mix the pasta, you dice up some fresh like Roma tomatoes, throw those in there, and then it's a jar of the ragu makes like a 4 cheese pasta sauce, and it tastes like straight up cheese. And you mix that, and then you bake it with crushed chips and cheese on top for like 5 minutes till everything melts, and then it's just taco pasta. And our son will just eat fistfuls of that out of a bowl. That's
Nice.
Yeah, we need to start exchanging
yeah,
recipes.
that's probably our go-to. It's easy, but
Yeah.
it takes a little time to prep stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, we do a taco bowl. Like my wife will just do like, I don't know, it's not that quick. I mean, when it was cooked the day before, it's quick. Then you just microwave it,
Yeah.
right? Or throw it back on. Actually, my wife doesn't microwave a lot of things. She throws it all in the pan. She tries to not use the microwave for a lot. But it's just taco meat, white rice she'll do.
Right.
And then she'll do rice instead. And then whatever, guacamole or avocado. She always has that in there, a little salsa, sour cream, and cheese. And he goes to town. Like he eats the whole thing, and then he's like trying to grab mine or grab hers, and like the
Wow.
one meal he'll like sit there every single time and eat the whole
Yeah.
thing, no matter what. Every time. He loves it.
So I think me and Chris might have a different appreciation for Mexican food because he's in California, I'm from California, and we have banging freaking Mexican food.
That's what my wife
No.
tells me.
Not
Yep.
Tex-Mex. Sorry,
Yeah.
not a fan.
Yep. And I grew up
So-
in New Mexico, and it's New Mexican. It's a different spin
Way
on
different.
Mexican,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
but it's oh my gosh, it's so
I love
good.
New Mexico cuisine. It is underrated, and like you guys actually have to go there to understand
It's-
how good
yeah, it's-
that food is.
It's really
Yeah.
good. Yep.
Like,
I'm hungry now.
yeah.
Where are we going for dinner?
I'm starving.
Yeah,
I might
somebody-
go to Jack in the Box.
Somebody put in a Grubhub order or something.
Wait, so what is like New Mexico Mexican food then?
It's a combination of, I mean, it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's different. In particular, one of the differences, there's still red chili like you see in most Mexican food, but there's a lot more prevalence of green chili also. It's
Yeah.
not like the salsa verde or, but it's actually made with green chilies.
And they're very specific to New Mexico.
Yeah, you don't really get them elsewhere with that same level of heat, and you basically roast them so they like in over fire and then peel the skin
You get
off,
that
and it has this
char on 'em.
it has that real roasted flavor for the green chili, and so it just gives the food a very different kind of a flavor. And then you see a lot of sopapillas, instead of tortillas, which like in a lot of the Mexican food, you'll see a lot more tortillas. But when you get into New Mexico, you'll still have some tortillas, but you'll get more of the sopapillas, which is more of a, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like almost making a tortilla, but they deep fried and it puffs up into this big kind of ball.
You know?
And then you eat it with like you dip it in your chili and all that stuff, but then you'd also
Do you use it like a eating utensil?
Yeah,
Like you break
kinda.
a piece off and scoop something up with it?
yeah, and that like one of my favorite New Mexican dishes is green chili stuffed sopapillas. So they take like potatoes and beans and chicken and a bunch of green chili, and you stuff it all inside the sopapilla, and then you smother it in more green chili and cheese. And I mean, it's just fantastic.
I think Nick is drooling right now.
I am. But that's why I'm keeping my mouth closed so I don't drool all over my mic. That's funny.
But yeah, when I think
That
about
sounds good.
going back to New Mexico, it makes my mouth water. Just like when I used to travel to Penang, Malaysia a lot for work, and the food in Malaysia there is such a melting pot. That's where before I went there, I was really picky. I would just eat like steak and potatoes. That was kind of the breadth of what I would eat. And I started going there so often that my friends there got me eating stingray and sushi and all kinds of different stuff. And oh my gosh, the food is just insane in Malaysia.
I had no idea you can eat stingray.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Was it chewy?
No, it was it was like a more dense fish. I would put it closer to like a swordfish, maybe. It's closer to
Okay.
a pork or a chicken, but it doesn't have that not as light as like most fish.
Did it sting?
No, not me.
Dad joke.
Steve Irwin might have a different thought, but
Oh my god,
Wow.
dad jokes.
That's cool.
The guy next to me at work looked over at me yesterday, and he was like, "Hey," I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Why don't hookers have air conditioning?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't know why." He goes, "OnlyFans." I was like, what the hell, man? Just out of nowhere. And this guy is, I don't know his exact age, but he's probably 20 years older than me. I was just like, all right, that came out of nowhere. Whatever. Sorry, I heard dad jokes mentioned, and it made me think of that.
That's awesome.
Luke, you
That's
were
awesome.
laughing like you had something funky that you ate that you wanted to share. When he was talking
When?
about Stingray. I thought you were laughing like you were
No,
going to
just
tell us
'cause-
some weird ass shit that you've eaten.
No, I haven't eaten any crazy shit. I'm a
Oh,
very
that's right.
boring
Chicken
eater.
finger, chicken tendies and French
Alex
fries.
did?
I got something.
Yeah.
When I went to Japan, I had at this place called Genki Sushi. So it's like this, not revolving sushi machines, but like little robot plates that go up to exactly where you're sitting, and you order through a screen like an iPad type of thing. And I ordered raw horse, which apparently you
I
can
knew
eat
you
over
were
there.
going to say that.
I ate that. I ate
Like
these
literal
little-
horse, like, nay.
yeah, actual horse, yeah.
Fuck
And
that.
these little clear fish called ice fish on top of a roll, and these really thick.
See, that's what I'm
eggs.
afraid of. I'm going to order something, and they're going to bring me a plate of that shit out, and I'm going to
You
eat
can
it
see a
having no
picture of
clue.
it. You can see a picture of it and you read the description, and if none of it sounds appetizing, you can get something else, because they have cheeseburger sushi. So it's this tiny patty with this little tiny piece of cheese, just for people that don't want to experience crazy
I'm down
stuff.
with like California rolls and stuff, but yeah, I don't want any clear
No
raw
black
fish
salad.
or
You know, they
horses. Yeah.
They eat the frog that's still alive.
Oh, I've seen that where they pour like soy on it or something, and
yeah, and it's like I don't know, they like paralyze it or something, but it's still alive. And then they pour some on, and you see the legs kicking out.
yeah, it's so they've done that in the U.S. too. It's something in salt triggers that.
Mm.
And I think they do the same thing with like octopus. They'll put it basically in like a giant ass bowl of like some sort of broth, and they'll pour like soy sauce over it, and the fucking thing will like come back to life on your table, trying to climb out of the bowl. Yeah, that's why I'm like, man, I can't. I just gotta stay. I gotta stay in my wheelhouse with tunnel vision and not venture far outside of it.
I
just draw the line in live stuff.
Yeah, the live is just, I don't know. I'll try anything, but it's got to be dead.
Yeah,
it's got to be cooked.
Squirming, man. I'm not down for that.
And I'm out. I'm out. If it's moving across the table, I don't want to chase it. I'm done at that point.
Yeah. And like you take a mouthful and like bite your tongue while it's in there.
Have you ever watched? Have you ever come across the video of them? I can't remember. I don't want to insult anybody. It's either a Japanese or Chinese chef, but I guess they're highly trained in preparing those puffer fish that are like super poisonous.
Oh yeah,
Japanese.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy how they like. I guess everything they discard has to be like recorded, and how they discard of it has to be recorded, because it's like that lethal if it got into another food, or if somebody got a hold of it trying to hurt someone. So they have to like fine-tooth document everything that happens with every piece of that fish when they prepare it.
Like those are things I don't understand. Like, who sits there and says, all right, we're going to test what part of this fish can kill a human, and then what small part will not kill a human so we can eat it. Right?
Japanese love fish.
I mean, it probably happened hundreds of years ago. But that's the thing. It's
there's so
like
many-
it's so hard to prepare, and you have to have such a skill set that people like see it as like a status symbol almost. If you can afford
Oh,
to
yeah.
have somebody
But
prepare
at
that
some
for you.
point, the pufferfish killed someone or poisoned someone. Who then went, I wonder if there's a way.
Yeah, how
can
do
make
we
this
cut that
edible.
shit out and
Yeah,
eat the rest of it?
Exactly.
I don't know.
How many people did they go through to figure out that this part of the fish?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing is, if you do, if you look at videos of the people that cut up these fish, they have to go through, I don't know if it's years or
It's
at
like
least 1
years, I
year
think.
of training, and then you have to cut the fish and eat it yourselves to make sure that you know which part that you're not killing anybody with what you're giving people. So in order for anybody to do that, it's you have to ingest it yourself, and then obviously
So graduation is don't die,
Yeah.
and then you
Yes.
graduate.
Hey, you didn't die.
it's an
Congrats.
oversimplification, but yes.
No,
A little different than my Cortland graduation party, I
Yeah,
guess.
man.
I don't think I could ever care enough about what I do to test.
No, not when the outcome is
Oh,
like
cool.
50-50 death. Like you might have got it all. Let's find
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
might.
one final exam right
Yeah,
there.
no.
Wow. All right, puffer fish for the win.
Puffer fish.
Yep.
There's all kinds of crazy like poisonous fish out there that I guess people serve up.
Well, now like the lionfish.
There's
Yep.
lionfish is a big one in the Bahamas that we would catch that and cook
Can you eat it?
Hi, buddy.
Yeah.
juice.
What are you doing, man?
Greetings, little ones. Oh, they can't
These
hear
are
us.
my
You got
twins.
your
Yeah, they
headphones on.
Can you see?
Hello.
Can you see the people that I'm talking to? I'm gonna take that with you.
Oh,
Say
there it
hi.
goes.
Good
We got
job,
one way.
buddy. Good job,
That's
buddy.
official time to dad right
Can you say
there.
hi? Can you say hi? Can you do a better wave, Allison? No? These are my crazy twins.
They look pretty
There
calm,
you
cool, and
go.
collected right now.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
it's their bedtime and they're... Okay, well, I can only get rid of one because the other one's going to go crazy. Here. Are you
It'll be
okay?
all right. That's funny.
Just sit
Well,
down.
dang, now we're on food. I feel like we need to keep going on food.
See,
What
what
do you wash it down with?
Do what?
Puffer fish,
What do you wash the food down with?
gasoline.
go with your mommy?
Cocktails, beers,
Oh, okay.
margaritas,
It depends. I don't know. If we're like out at a family dinner, I usually don't get anything to drink.
Seltzer.
Seltzer. I like seltzer with my mozzarella.
I do. It's a very good combo.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if we go out to eat, it's usually I usually get water or I'll get like a soda. But if it's like a cookout, I'll be having I'll have a beer or something.
Yeah.
I drink water or beer.
Water or beer. There you go. Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris is muted.
I figured that out. Yeah, I was saying if I go out to eat, I usually like steak, but I'll get a steak, but I want to make sure I have enough room for that steak, so I won't
Yeah.
touch my vegetables and I won't be drinking a beer or something else until I know I can eat all my steaks. I don't want to leave that. I don't want to waste that.
I have a weird thing like that too, where if I start getting full, I'll eat all the meat on my plate first. Like I feel bad that like an animal was harvested or whatever for me to eat if I leave like a big chunk of it on the plate. So
Well, yeah. I mean, you'd rather waste the broccoli than the
Yeah.
steak. And,
Yep.
you know,
yeah,
like-
but it's not like it's not even like the value of what I'm not eating. I don't know. It's this weird need to like give that animal's death justice by like making sure
Yeah.
I eat what like that. Because like if you throw out a couple spears of broccoli or some shit, I'm like whatever. But if I leave like a plate half full of meat, I don't know. I feel bad about it.
Yeah, well, if the waiter or waitress was a vegan, you might get stabbed, and you know, if you
These days you might. You'll end up
Yeah.
in a Karen video.
yeah, yeah. The I get that. Like if you're gonna waste something, let it be not
Mashed
something that
potato.
has meaning. Yeah, I'm not a big mashed potato person. I mean, I like them, but I never seem to eat them.
You haven't had
Yeah, I
good
don't know. It's
mashed
like
potatoes.
Salad dressing on your baked potatoes.
Do what?
twice baked potato.
Put salad dressing on your
no.
baked potato. Put
Really?
Italian salad dressing on your baked
Butter
potato.
and that's
Really?
it.
Oh,
Amazing.
yes. Yeah,
I promise you. Let's
You know,
try.
if you marinate chicken breast in Italian dressing, that makes a bitchin' marinade. If you haven't tried
I used to
that,
do steaks in that too. I used to marinate steaks in Italian dressing, and it actually it gives it a really nice flavor.
I don't know who all was
That
on
is
the
good too.
episode, but you guys remember me talking about the Speedies marinade?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like an Italian dressing, like almost the same consistency, but slightly different herbs and spices in it.
If you do Italian dressing and Frank's buffalo sauce,
Ooh.
it's a weird
I don't
combo,
know,
but
that
it's
sounds
very
weird as
good
hell.
on chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
very, very good. We did it mistakenly, and it was awesome. And then
How did you
another
mess?
weird
Had you been
Yeah.
drinking?
seltzer, just seltzer.
How did this mishap with Italian
Well,
dressing?
so first I had a puffer fish, and I felt a little droozy after I ate
that's
it.
what it was.
So I was just like, I gotta do
You're like,
something.
well, I'm gonna
So
die anyway. Might as well
Yeah.
mix
It
Italian
was
dressing
either
and
eat
Frank's
the
Red
live
Hot.
octopus on the table or go with the Italian dressing and hot sauce. So I went with that one. But yeah, there was, and then coffee as a marinade on steak isn't interesting.
So
Marinade
I've heard a lot
steak
about
in
that.
coffee.
I have not tried it.
Delicious.
What, it's like black coffee or is it ground
like
coffee?
ground.
Black coffee. Oh no, I did like black coffee. Like you make coffee, put it in a bag,
like
marinate
liquid
it,
form?
and liquid form. You have it marinate just like a dressing. I saw it in a Men's Health magazine when I was like in college, and I was like, I was like really into fitness, and I was going through like reading all the time, and I saw that. I was like, I gotta try it. So every Friday, me and my brothers, we still do this day. We all go to my parents' house on Fridays, and the whole family gets together every single Friday. And I was like, we were going to do steaks. I was like, we're going to do a coffee marinated steak, and it was good. It's a very different aroma and flavor. And then
It didn't make it like tough or anything.
No, it didn't do like anything like that. It was just a different, and I can't even like describe the taste. You got to try it. You got to try coffee marinated steaks. And
I've heard of like crusting things,
very good help.
But that was like literally like ground coffee that people would use as like a crust on it, or they'd put it in like a burger seasoning. But I haven't heard of trying the liquid way.
I like the ground way. That's pretty
beer
cool.
Though.
Yeah, like caffeine.
I've done a lot of beer marinated stuff.
Yep. Have you guys ever tried pineapple? Did we talk about that before? Using you get pineapple juice or grind up or chop up some pineapple and then marinate your steak in that. The acid in it, you don't want to do it very long. It will turn your steak to mush if it's in there for very long. But if you did like maybe 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30, it really like super tenderizes the steak very quickly.
Does it affect the flavor big time or?
No, it doesn't really, but because you don't keep it in there for a long time, right? So it doesn't, it really kind of just starts breaking down the fibers on it, and it can make a tough steak a lot more tender.
I wonder. So it's the acid that does it?
Yeah, that's what I understand is the acid starts breaking it down, basically digesting those fibers, so that by the time you cook it, it just gets really, really tender. But you do have to where you can't do it for super long. It will turn it into like a mush that's just nasty.
Interesting. I wonder if grapefruit would do the same thing then.
I don't think so.
Anything acidic should, yeah.
I'm gonna try it with my pufferfish.
Yeah, you could do that with what's a like tough cut of like a flat iron steak or I think tri-tip's pretty tough usually. Probably use that to soften it up a little bit.
All right, so we got to have somebody test that one out.
So we're gonna have to start a Time to Dad cookbook.
Yeah, right.
I like it.
The question is, who's going to be the guinea pig for these crazy concoctions? Mr. Chicken Tendies himself volunteered. All right.
When it's steak all day long.
Oh,
No
only if
problem
it's
there.
steak. But what if it's something else weird as shit?
That's Joe.
Volunteering Joe.
Me and Alex would definitely go with the weird food. I'm a big. I will try anything once, and give it a shot.
Oh,
I don't know if I would not order the horse though. I would definitely not order. Now, if it was on my plate, I would try it, but I would not order it just because I do like horses.
have you?
I do.
Yeah,
No horse. I was gonna say, have you
I
heard
had
of?
to do it.
Have you heard? There's probably more than one now, but there was a famous restaurant where the entire restaurant is pitch black and you wear blindfold,
Mm,
and they just you don't
did
order
see
shit. They
that.
have like a set menu, but they basically bring the food out and put it in front of you, and you can like touch it or whatever, smell it, whatever the hell you want to do. But apparently, it's this like awe-inspiring dinner experience, like eating food when you can't see it and you don't know what it is.
I
That
did.
would be a
Yeah,
nope.
see, that's it was super intriguing, but I'm like, yeah, I don't have the balls to just eat
I don't
anything that
make
somebody
just
puts in
shit.
front of me. I mean, I don't think they're putting bad food, like that's not what worries me. It's just some would hit my gag reflex, and then whatever I ate would just be all over the damn table.
Yeah,
My mom would, before, like when she was single and traveling and whatnot, she went to, like, I think it was Spain or Portugal, and she went to a restaurant and couldn't read a thing on the menu. And she's like, just give me chicken. She's like, I'll give you something that tastes like chicken. And she's like, oh. She eats it and she's like, oh, it's good. What was it? She's like, bull's balls.
Oh, see? See?
Oh,
did she
my
like it
brother-
though?
no, it was, she said it was kind of like chicken. Like she's a bit of a foodie, so she was like,
Did it
oh,
look like a ball, or was it like?
I don't know. I didn't sit there
yeah.
getting my mom on the balls. But my brother, when we were young, they were re-roofing a house, and the workers were eating something, and they offered my brother some. And my brother, he's a foodie, and he started tasting it. He didn't really like it, but it wasn't bad. Sheep's brain.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no.
No.
That is so my cousin and I, we're Italian, but we're Italian American. I'm like third generation. So my mother used to always say, like, we'd come as a kid. It was like the cool thing when friends, like everybody would talk about what they are and nationalities, and my mom would be like, "You're American, Joe. Stop. Like, you're American." But my cousin married. His name is really Giuseppe, but it's Joe, and he's from Italy. And the first time she went over to their house for dinner, they asked her to like stir the pot, and she lifted up the pot, and it was just a goat's head
Oh yeah.
in the pot, like
Make it some
staring
broth.
right at her. Yeah, and she'll never, she always talked about that, and I was like, she's like, oh my god, am I going to fit in here? One of those things, and it's different cultures, right? I mean, it's better than a horse head.
Godfather moment, the horse's head in the bed.
Yes.
Well, and it used to be a lot by necessity, right? I mean, I know my mom telling me stories about when she was growing up, she lived on a farm, they had a huge family, and they ate everything. It wasn't a choice. It's just that's what you do, and by the time she was raising me, she was super crazy picky. She was like, yeah, I had my time. I don't need to try all that weird stuff, And, that used to be the norm, right? And I'm sure it still is in certain
That is
places.
true. I was going to say, I think most cultures, other than like American food culture, they kind of pride themselves on using like every last piece and bit of.
Yeah, we just waste so much.
Like
Yeah.
Asian cultures, like when they're down to nothing but bones left, they'll like make a broth out of it and then discard it and put the broth away. Here, we're just like, well, this is just garbage. I'll throw it away.
Yeah. I don't know if this is good. It's been in my fridge 2.5 days. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
We're so wasteful.
We're terrible with leftovers.
My dad would always keep the fat of the food he cooked and poured it into the same old bowl. He kept it in the fridge and would use that as grease or butter or whatever when he was frying something up. and we'll keep it and keep reusing it. It's
Yeah.
freaking tasty.
People forever swear by doing that with like the Blackstone. They're like, "Oh, you cook bacon? Like, save that." And then you season your Blackstone.
Well,
with it.
yeah, so that's a big thing. Actually, it's just my wife's family's from Poland, and the first time we went there, we were at a grandparent's house, and they brought out, and it was like this. I don't know, I didn't know what the heck it was. It was a concoction. They were all putting it on their breads, and it's pork fat. It's all the grease dried up, and then tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces of pork, and and that's just what it is. They call it schmaltz, is what they call it. And it's like my favorite freaking thing every time. I was like, I loved it for so long. My brother put in like his best man speech at our wedding, and like I practiced how to say it. And every time you go there, that's like wherever I go, I'm like, I gotta get the schmaltz, whatever restaurant we're going to, and try it all out. And then here we found the Polish deli not too far from us, so now we get some of the good stuff here. But that's all it is. It's just dried up pork fat and then tiny little pieces of pork, and you spread it out.
My son's wife is from Poland as well, and my son loves cooking. So when they came to visit, he'd cook some Polish dish, whatever. Some good food, man. They got some amazing spices.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real good food.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my story.
my one addition to food, and I'm only going to mention it now because a friend of mine that does this, we were just messaging today about this in particular, and she saves, and her sister, they save all their bacon grease, and her sister I think gets bacon grease from where she works, like it's a hospital or something like that, so she can get a lot of it. Every now and then they make fried chicken purely with bacon grease.
Wow.
Well, obviously, if that's what they're frying it in. Hands down, without question, and by far the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life. It's just off the charts. Horrible for your arteries, I'm sure, but man, the flavor is just absolutely insane.
That's so probably worth it. I'll clog 7
that does sound really good.
Yeah,
like a bacon wrapped chicken breast almost.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, thanks for sticking around with us tonight. I hope we didn't scare you away from trying some new things, but if you want to stick to the chicken tendies basket, have at it. Drop us some comments below. Join the Facebook group, give us a like, and follow us for some more interesting videos and episodes to come. But thanks for sticking it out with us tonight, guys. See ya.
Peace.
All right.